Well, here's Linc's new forge. It's rough assembled. That means the concrete here has to be flattened on a belt sander, but Linc is going to take care of that. He has equipment for that. Both the doors open up. There's actually 6 sets of doors for this, or 3 pairs. The first set of doors obviously lift up and down, and these handles here unscrew. It's ambidextrous. Both doors will go left-hand side or right-hand side, or of course you could put both handles on one side if he likes. The flip-up doors are kind of designed, everything here is designed for one-hand operation as much as possible. These things are obviously going to be hot, so to make it easier to open these things up and make a positive locking system on it, you just flip it up and it auto locks. Kind of like the Mercedes Gullwing. So it's kind of the Mercedes of forges. And then, let's see, the end tool on the back side here, I built this unit which has adjustable height, so you can raise this thing and lower it for whatever work he needs. And it has easily removable work platforms. Here's the large platform. It can slide to any length, and then you tighten it down here to lock it in place. That's one of them. And then here's the smaller size unit. And then a smaller work platform. Like yay. A little bit of movie magic when we're back. Here's the medium-sized platform. So the platforms can adjust up and down and in and out as you'd like. And then this is just a convenience tray. This whole unit here can unbolt off of the frame here. But this is kind of nice when you're laying your tools, hot tools on the side. Each one of these is ridged. There's a larger ridge in the center and 2 smaller ones on the side. And when these aren't needed, you can flip them out of the way. And again, for ease of use, you just push down on this and they'll flip out back into place on both sides. Let's see. Next feature will be the burners. And we have a pair of burners. Each one of these burners is designed for up to 320,000 BTUs. And by the volume calculations I did early on, the inside volume of this forge should only require around 80 to 100,000. So he's got 320,000 available, which will obviously bring this thing up to temperature real fast. And if he wants, he can swing the doors open and do open forge welding. The design is a little bit unique in that I was trying to make maximum use of this small of a size of forge. So he has pass-through on both ends lengthwise and pass-through widthwise, which gives him a lot wider area that he can go in and out. And then I extended the size of this centerpiece on both sides by another 2 inches, giving him 4 more inches of additional cavity depth when you're going in widthwise. Next will be the slip-on doors. You simply loosen the nut on the side and pull it away. And now the next set of doors, they're both identical. You typically would use one door opening and closing, and you want a door in the back to provide your airflow in the back. But to make things really easy, you can just slap it down in place like this, and there's tongues in the back that lock it to different heights. So here it is, fully closed. Next position up is half open, and the next position up is 2/3 open. So as you can see, there's a lot of possibilities there for airflow. And as always, I've gone insane overbuild. There are 4 hooks all the way around this guy. Of course, you only need 3 contact points, but I wanted to have a way of lifting this thing from above without interfering with the burners or their plumbing. So the idea here is a seriously beefy 3/8 inch thick bar. It's about 16 inches long, and each set has matching lengths of chain. Chain is safety rated at 600 pounds per, so we're obviously going to be just fine. And the idea is you just hook it into each one of these things all the way around, and then hook your hoist up here at the top, and the hoist gives you the option of moving your hoist hook at different points. So depending on the configuration of the forge system, why you'll have a load balancer as you use your lift. And of course the chain links are much longer than necessary on purpose so that you can lift other devices. And I've included small spring-loaded links on the back of this. I recommend linking direct in for the most strength, but you could certainly loop this around an object, clip it back in here, and put this link at 1/2 the, or actually twice the strength by looping it like this. So it's got a really nice lift system, a really nice work platform, 3 removable work platforms. The whole thing is pretty nice setup. 2 custom doors that are one-handed operation up and down, and of course a couple that swing open and close. And last and least, this is not using the standard ceramic. Instead I'm using a high temperature ceramic, and it's poured 1.5 inches at its thinnest point and 2 inches thick at the base and on the top. This is rated for 3,400 degrees Fahrenheit instead of the typical 2,300. And then to further assist in the containment of heat, I've got this removable tray down here, and we've got some ceramic blanket that we can pack in here to further keep the heat inside the oven, and also to be able to use this bay down here, as you'll see later on, for a custom a custom stand that's going to be built for it. This can sit on the desk or the countertop like this. Obviously it's not going anywhere, but preferably there's 4 links all the way around the sink to bolt it down to your bench. The unit will be bolted down to the stand when you're using the stand. And that's pretty much the features of it. Pretty simple, nothing really to go wrong in it. Everything is custom made. And yeah, I think Linc's going to be real happy with it. I can't wait to see his first knives out of his home shop. Last feature, which I don't know if you'll use it or not, but I put a drill hole, a little safety stop here so that you don't accidentally loosen this thing and pull it back too far and have it fall off. So that's another little safety feature. All the edges have been rounded out. The arc of this is to allow the swing of the handles to come through with welding gloves on so you don't bang up your knuckles. Everything is round and formed. It's, the thinnest metal in here is 1/8 inch steel, so this is a beast. These bars, for example, here, the holes are drilled through this. These were heated up and hand bent. They protrude through there and welded on the back side, so they are absolutely tank strong. I just can't imagine anything or any use of this forge hurting it. So in a nutshell, there's Linc's new forge, and it's ready to deliver or have him come pick it up, whichever he'd prefer. Thank you for your patience on this long video. Having reviewed the video, I realized I made a few mistakes, so I'm going to catch those right now. I held this balancing bar up so high so you really couldn't see it. The hooks can hook up and down the bar for load leveling. In the film it was too high, you couldn't see it. Also, I forgot to mention that there's also, when the burners are off, a center hook up here so you can just do a single chain lift. And finally, the doors on the back open to 1/3 open, 2/3 open, or fully closed.